suffering through the heat of the sun, wondering when the moon will show up. Mostly my life has just been dumb. Mostly my life has just been dumb. Woke up in the morning and I threw up. Woke up in the morning, I was still messed up. Mostly my life has just been dumb. Mostly my life has just been dumb. I love you, but I wish I could shut you up. I love you, but we both need to grow up. Mostly our lives have just been dumb. Mostly our lives have just been dumb. Well, friends will go and friends will come. Hell, we just buried another one. Mostly our lives have just been dumb. Mostly our lives have just been dumb. I'm trying to overcome. I'm trying to overcome. I'm trying, it's so good. I'm trying, it's so good. Mostly my life has just been dumb. 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 Mostly my life has just been dumb.
Hello, hello, hello. Wow, I should get my microphone set up, huh? I don't know. All right. So what's happening, everybody? Everybody. Welcome to the pre-show. It's the pre-show of the show. Faux show. How many shows can I show? I don't know. I'm feeling dumb. All right, so we are... Oh, I'm getting notice that it won't... The link doesn't work. I don't know. Let's just see. Sure. Let's try it again. Boom. You may know. Let me try sharing this one more time. I'm getting messages from people that says this does not work. I just hit a button. What did I do? I don't know. Oh, it's going on my phone. Try it again. It shows the same link. I'm gonna try it, see what it says. Works for me. Who knows? All right. Well, hopefully it works. We'll see what happens. Oh, there it is. Now we're getting it. All right. Hey. Okay, when I say hey, you say ho. Hey. All right, I gotta watch the chat now. Yeah, the delay is fun. Howdy, howdy, hi. I said howdy, howdy, howdy. All right, chat room, you're slipping. Chat room, you're slipping. You're supposed to say ho back. There we go. Yay! Okay, yeah, that is a crappy time to Oh, all right. So, yeah, it's me again. It's Drew ClasslessChat, down at DAB Studios in the lovely Nampa, Idaho, where the smoke is thick, and you get to be a smoker whether you want to or not now. And not because of the sugar beet factory, which is nasty enough by itself, but yeah, because of all the fires. You know, you see everything all over. If you're on Facebook, you see all the stuff on Facebook about, oh, you know, the flood in Texas, which is atrocious and horrible. And, you know, praying for everybody down there. Wish there was more we could do. And now there's the pray for Montana because of all the fires. They are on fire. I hate to say it. Oregon, Washington, and Idaho is just as on fire as Montana. But just as filled with smoke too. I mean, Montana is a little bit bigger, and so it's covering more area, and their devastation is being really bad. So not trying to downplay Montana there, because their situation is really, really bad, and they definitely need assistance and help and prayers there. Oregon, California's got a lot of fires going again, like always this time of year. Same with Idaho. Oregon and Washington have a lot of fires as well. So we are surrounded by fire. And our valley right here is notorious for getting inversions, which, if you're not familiar with an inversion, think of smog in a really, really big city. Like, you know, you go to New York or LA, and the smog is really bad. It's really thick. You can't see very far because all the pollution. Well, we don't have enough people here to produce that kind of pollution. So we get smoke. Oh, man, you can hear it. It's nasty. So we get smoke and different things like that. Well, because of our area, we are surrounded by mountains. North, basically our entire north is mountains, and our south, below us and south is mountains. East and west, not so much. But we are, it's kind of it's a little bit encaved, engulfed there. But because of how our valley is set up, we get this air pressure system that basically domes it off. And during this time of year, we get inversions to where everything that comes in doesn't get let out. It just stays. So with all the fires, we get tons and tons of smoke, and it just comes in and it never leaves until this time of year passes and we have enough air pressure systems that come through to really blow it out. It's kind of funny. I was reading an article in the newspaper. Okay. On my defense, it was online. I didn't pick up the paper. I'm not that old. Don't let the grays fool you. I'm not old enough to go pick up a paper. But I read it on their online system, and it was hilarious. The article is saying, oh, there's a low pressure system coming in. And so on Thursday, we might get some of this put through. A meteorologist said that this low pressure system could come in and blow the stuff out, but then by the time it clears out on Friday or Saturday, whatever's left is going to be there, and stuff's just going to keep coming back in, and it's just going to go right back to being as bad. Now, if memory serves, I'm not so old that I go and pick up a newspaper, but I'm not young enough to not realize how this area works, because I've lived here my whole life. Yeah, I'm one of those crazy people that I'm still where I grew up. Whatever. Give me a break. I'm on the different side of the valley. That counts for something. But no, I know enough of how this works. And year after year, we always have the same thing. And I know that it was not a local meteorologist that said that this is how it's going to work, because that's never how it works. These pressure systems, because of this dome of air, the pressure systems come in and they don't come in. They bounce off and they lift up over the valley, and so everything still stays in. It's happened year after year after year after year. It always happens like this. It only clears out when we have enough rain and then snow, and with enough winds. When we have enough pressure systems, it has to be high, low, high, low, high, low. You know, coming into fall, why this clears out is because you get that. Just like going into spring, you get that high pressure system, low pressure system, and it just keeps changing, and the winds just keep hitting and hitting and hitting, and everyone with arthritis, including myself, complains and cries all day long because it hurts. That's what clears this out. It's not that single system that comes through and glances off and goes away. It's that constant bombardment and change of high, low that finally breaks through and starts kicking this stuff out and moving it completely out of the area. So it's probably going to be like this for a while. I'm no meteorologist, but meteorologist Drew says, don't hold me to it. You know what? I should have asked my buddy, who is an actual meteorologist, and asked him what his thought is on that. If he's listening, I don't think he's listening right now, but excuse me. Woo. Vin, if you're listening out there, what is your take on this low pressure system coming in? Is it going to clear the air out, or is it just going to bounce right off like normal? I don't know. We'll see. Like I said, I don't think he's listening right now. It'd be really cool if he did, but there you go. So, pre-show this week was basically about the crappy weather and why I sound like I'm dying. Well, now you know. So we obviously do not have Pat. Here, I'm going to show you. While we're here. Let's just do... Oh, that didn't work. Let me see if I can fix the other camera here. Let's see. See, that should be that one. Okay. I'm not sure why that's not showing anything. Let me see if I want to see if I can fix the camera. Hang on. Stay with me. I'm going to do, no, not that one. Oh, there it is. Okay. So there we go. So look, nobody's in the passenger seat. They're over there, and there's no one there. Hi, no one here. I'll put my hand there. Hi. No one's over here. Why? Because Pat is still recovering. He was planning on coming in this week, but he got, they started him on this like work program, trying to rebuild his muscles for work. And it's working him really hard. And he texted me about an hour and a half before the podcast started and said, "Hey, I had that today. It was terrible. And I'm on a lot of drugs. So I'm not coming." Motorcycle. Yeah, so I'm not going to make it. Sorry. Okay. And Aunt Honey texted me a little bit before that. And his wife had I don't remember, what did she have? She had, I think a real estate signing or some other real estate meeting or something else going on real estate related. Can't complain. He's got 3 kids, ranging from the age of like 8 months to like 5. So just him, he needs to be there. That's what you get. So this week, it's another solo show with your friend, Drew. So why don't we get this started? I don't know. What do you think? Wilson! Let's do the mug. See, it looks like my own beard. Look, you can't tell. Is it me or the mug? Is it me or the mug? We report. You decide. All right. Why don't we get this started? Got a good show coming up. I'm excited about it. Got to watch. It wasn't a movie. We didn't do a movie this week. We did a comedy special, which is a stand-up routine, not featuring but brought on and put on by Gabriel Iglesias. It was very, very. We'll talk about it then. I like Gabriel Iglesias. He's awesome. He's so fluffy. I'm gonna die. But we will talk about it later. It was entertaining. We had to pause it back and forth between things because life happened. So, yeah, let's get this stuff rolling. All right. On this episode of Classless Chat, police scared by balloons. Radio bursts from deep space. Trapped by the UPS. And Tinder date gone wrong and wouldn't flush.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what you are about to hear is the future of entertainment. May I present to you Classless Chat with your hosts, Drew and Pat.
If your Chevy's feeling heavy and your Ford's kinda slow, your Pinto needs a window and your Dodge needs a tow. If your oil needs a check-in and you have a couple of seconds, give us a call. Billy Bob's Auto Wrecking. This week at Billy Bob's, we have a bumper crop of 1972 AMC Javelin bumpers, all for the low, low price of $29.95. We have the world's largest collection of lug nuts. We call it the Bucket O' Lug.
That's right.
Find yours today. Hubcaps, buy a set of 2 and get a free car deodorizer shaped like a Christmas tree. Get in any color you like. Smell great. As always, we have suckers for the little junkyard junkies. Come on down. Don't forget to visit Billy Bob's Pet and Zoo out back. It's all right, they don't bite. Y'all come see us.
Or
We're
do
at the
they?
corner of Chicken Dinner Road and Beeline. Give us a call. 208-555-5555. Ask for Billy Bob. Y'all come back now, here.
Yeah. All right, well, this is Classless Chat, and I'm your host, Drew. And Pat is out recovering from recovering. He had an intense version of physical therapy today, and it's like a work. I don't know. It's not work release program. It's like it's like a work prep program where like you rebuild your muscles to get you ready for work because regular physical therapy wasn't cutting it. I don't know if that's because he wasn't doing his physical therapy exercises. Beats me. I don't live with him. Not my job. Not my circus. Not my monkeys. So. He is out. He texted me about an hour and a half before the show and said he's on some fun pills because he can't handle the pain. It's bad. It's me, Mario. So he is out for the count today. Unfortunately, we thought he was going to be back. This was going to be fun. But he is yet again out for the show. Aunt Honey was also going to be in. I thought it was going to be a great three-way. That came out wrong. Can't glance that one over. Well, so yeah, it was going to be a fun show with 3 hosts. Let's phrase it that way. So Aunt Honey can't be here either. His wife is working, doing some real estate stuff tonight. I don't remember if it was a signing, or if it was another meeting or training exercise or whatever. I honestly don't remember, but he's out too. We were going to have 3 of us in here and we're down to 1. It's okay. At least I love you. I still love you, audience. I am here for you. For you, I am here. Ha ha ha. So, yeah, that's what we get. We're doing another solo flyby night with Drew, which is all sorts of fun and crazy. So, but we got a great show. We got a good show. We've got some good news stories coming up. They are hilarious, if you ask me. I thought they were actually really funny. And prepping, one of them is prepping for a movie that's coming out this week. I'm excited for. Amber does not want to see. I might force her anyway because that's the kind of loving individual I am. I want people to grow. And to grow, we have to stretch, sometimes uncomfortably. We have to just stretch for one another. So that means I might force her to go to a movie. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how brave I am. We did that. We've got some good stories. We got a great, it wasn't a movie. It was a stand-up comedy special. Hope you were able to watch it. If not, you might want to go watch that before we talk about it, or before I talk about it. I don't know. Chat room and I might talk about it. You never know. But it was entertaining to say the least. We'll talk about it when we get there. We've got a great song coming at you, actually by a return artist. First time we've had a return artist on the show, but we do. We have another a band coming back out of Tacoma, Washington. We keep getting stuff from Washington, and I love it. It's a good time. It's going to be had by all. So yeah, here we go. We're going to do this. Why don't we do this? Should we do it? Let's do it. Let's do it. You ready? Well, actually, you know what? Let's not go into the news yet. So this week, I forgot. I do things in the pre-show, and then I forget that I talked about it in the pre-show and not in the show. And so, yeah, I forget. Nampa area. I live in Nampa, Idaho, which is basically the Boise, Idaho area. And we are in this massive inversion of smoke. It is nasty. Our entire state is air quality is in the red. which is the dangerous. It's getting bad. It's getting really, really bad. There are parts of the state that are at full on 5, which is the worst air quality you can have. And it is atrocious. As you can hear in my voice, I'm sure my body is not liking it very well. And I have hypoallergenic air filters and purification systems, air purifiers going throughout my house. So it's still kicking the crap out of me. I can only imagine what some people are doing. In fact, I know my neighbor, B, she's struggling. I think I sound bad. She takes her daughter to the same kung fu place that I do, the same dojo. And man, she couldn't even talk today. Her voice was completely gone, and it was sad. So yeah. So some people are not handling it well. Most of us are not. Schools aren't letting their kids out to go play outside. It's a nasty time. And the last week and a half have ended up being, I think we all have these times in our life where you start running out of everything. You start not food wise, but things when you're just okay, I got to buy stuff. And, you usually save a little bit here or there. And I buy batteries in bulk because I don't want to buy batteries more than once or twice a year because I'm that kind of guy. So, but I'm running out of batteries. So I had to order batteries. I had to get a second Kindle Fire tablet for my studio because some of the authors that I'm having come into the studio don't even have tablets. They're old school. And so they don't even have their own tablets to come in and read off of. So I have to have a second tablet in here. So I'm providing one for my clients to use. And so I have to have a second one. So I had to order another Kindle Fire. I had to order some drum cymbals. I had to order batteries. I've had to do a bit. And so it's just ended up being one of those... it ended up being one of those week and a half. So it's just kind of funny. It's just been a busy, crazy week. And this week in particular, well, actually this last week and a half has been just one of those weeks, period. Not just with, we're running out of stuff, but life has just smacked us across the face a couple times. And we've had some stuff happen family-wise that no health concerns, nothing like that, other than, I can't talk because of the smoke. Not anything other than just smoke and maybe a cold related. But, I mean, we just have had some crap hit recently that's just been annoying. I mean, it's life. It just is what it is. But stuff has happened. People haven't been able to sleep because of it. And so we're trying to... correct some situations, stuff that's personal I don't want to talk about over the air. But we've had to correct some situations and work on some things to try to prevent problems in the future. And, yeah, life. Life has happened this week. Amber's hilarious. She just commented saying, you don't really... B is my neighbor, and B happens to be Amber's mom. That's right. I'm dating basically the girl next door. all the fellas are jealous. Yeah, and she says you don't really want her to talk though, so it's okay. It's so true. It's your mom, not mine. I didn't say it. You did. Don't kill the messenger. I didn't say it. She did. All right, well, let's get this party started.
Here comes the stupid. News starts now.
All right. So police are scared by balloons. Why on earth would police officers be scared by balloons? And could this possibly have anything to do? Let me throw my tablet. Yeah, I told you, it's been one of those weeks. Could this have anything whatsoever to do with my talking about, get this. Does it have anything to do with, a movie that I want to take Amber to this weekend? I don't know. Let's find out. I don't know, Drew. Let's find out. What's behind door number 1? Red balloons are popping up on storm grates ahead of It movie. A Pennsylvania police department is asking a local prankster to stop tying red helium-filled balloons to storm grates, with the eerie sight easily drumming up comparisons to the upcoming horror movie, It. I'm not even going to try that. The police department, located about 40 miles southeast of Harrisburg, posted 4 photos of the frightening display on Facebook Tuesday, suggesting that it was the work of an amateur promoting the film's remake. And it's awesome. There are just red floating balloons coming out of the storm grates. It's awesome. In the scream-inducing horror story, famed author Stephen King, a killer clown named Pennywise, lures children to storm drains with floating red balloons before attacking them. That story, however, takes place in Maine. We give points for we give points for creativity, the police department wrote. However, we want the local prankster to know that we were completely terrified as we remove these balloons from the grates, and we respectfully request they do not do it again. Oh man. I told you I need a cough switch. Woo! Involuntarily getting to be smokers here. Ugh, no, I don't smoke. I just play one on TV. Last week, Pennsylvania State Police issued a warning that, quote, creepy clown sightings could be on the rise due to the movie's release. That warning followed sightings reported in 16 states, including Pennsylvania, police said. The creepy clown craze in September 2016 resulted in at least a dozen people arrested in Georgia, Alabama, and Virginia for either taking part in the menacing stunt or for making false reports, they said. So, I guess the moral of the story here is, don't tie red balloons to storm drains. Or is it to tie red balloons to storm drains? I don't know. Here, let me see if I can put this up there for you guys. Look at that. Oh, yeah. That's awesome. Okay, so I gotta be honest here. I'm gonna be 100% honest. The movie It is the reason I am terrified of and absolutely hate clowns. Now, that being said, I have a couple friends who are legitimately clowns. And they hate it when I say that I hate clowns and that clowns are the spawn of Satan. However, I usually retort with something pithy, like, well, if the shoe fits, if the oversized shoe fits, maybe. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it is. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. I don't know. What do you think, Amber? Should we go see the movie? Maybe I'll tie a red balloon to your storm drain. I don't know. Moving on. Radio bursts from deep space. We've heard this a couple times. We've seen things like this come across the news every now and then. Places like SETI start recognizing things and make comments about it. So, we see about this all the time. But scientists detect mysterious radio signals from deep space. Deep space, deep space, deep space. An initiative set up to find signs of intelligent life in the universe has detected a series of mysterious radio signals from a dwarf galaxy 3 billion light years away. That is billion with a B. Scientists with Breakthrough Listen say they've found 15 fast radio bursts, or FBRs, from a deep space repeater called FRB. Oh, excuse me, FRBs, not FBR, sorry. From a deep space repeater called FRB 121102, not 11001101100011100011. Anyway, I could do that. It would be what? 1 1 1 1 1 0 1 1 would be in binary. All right, there we go. Amber just said, yes, I'll go with you, but Oh, baby, you don't know what you just did. While a few other FRBs have been detected, what makes this one unique is that it was heard again in 2015. Now, mind you, this was the first signal discovered in 2012, but it was heard again in 2015, and its location pinpointed a year later. Breakthrough Listen used instruments at the Green Bank Telescope in West Virginia, to observe that location over 5 hours on Saturday, detecting 15 bursts over the entire 4 to 8 gigahertz frequency band. The organization said in a news release, quote, "It's very funky how the individual burst can pop up anywhere in this wide range of frequencies, even though each individual burst has a relatively narrow frequency coverage." Peter Williams of Harvard University told New Scientist, quote, "I have yet to see anyone offer up a good explanation for how that might happen." Breakthrough Listen created a GIF. I do say GIF. Some people say GIF because it's the popular word, like gigabyte. Technically, it should be gigabyte. Yes, Doc Brown on Back to the Future was right. It is gigawatts, not gigawatts. Gigawatts. The more you know. Pring. All right. They created a GIF showing 14 of the 15 signals in succession. It's actually kind of interesting to watch if you're into that sort of thing. I'm kind of a nerd, so I enjoy it. I'm also an audio guy, so I enjoy it too. Yeah. Yeah, Amber, that's probably for the best. She said, "My mom is trying to listen in, but it won't work for her." Yeah, probably for the best. I don't know. Maybe not. I don't know. I even tried that link, and it worked for me. So, don't know what to say. Quote, "Possible explanations of FRBs range from outbursts from rotating neutron stars with extremely strong magnetic fields to more speculative ideas that they are directed energy sources used by extraterrestrial civilizations to power spacecraft," the organization said. Earlier this year, Harvard research speculated that these radio bursts could be, quote, "beams set up by extragalactic civilizations," there we go, to potentially power light sails. That would be interesting. However, they conceded that it was purely speculative, and several other scientists have cautioned against linking these bursts to possible alien intelligence. Quote, "Just to be clear, we don't know what is causing the fast radio bursts we see, but we don't think it has anything to do with aliens," wrote astronomer Emily Petroff of the Netherlands Institute for Radio Astronomy in 2015 in relation to a different FRB detected by her team. How they are caused remains up for debate. And in the case of FRB 121102, the repeats add to the mystery. While some radio bursts could be caused by a single catastrophic event such as a supernova, these events wouldn't repeat. And in this case, the location, a dwarf galaxy with just 1% of the mass of our own Milky Way, makes the signal even harder to explain. Dum dum dum. It's surprising, quote, "It's surprising that that the host would be a dwarf galaxy." I'm not going to try that. I'm going to butcher that. Someone of McGill University in Montreal, Canada, said in a news release earlier this year, "One would generally expect most FRBs to come from large galaxies, which have the largest number of stars and neutron stars. Neutron stars, remnants of massive stars, are among the top candidates to explain FRBs. The distance of the dwarf galaxy is another complicating factor. It's so far away that the signal detected here today left their source at a time when life on Earth was limited to single-celled organisms," according to this article. Whether you believe that or not, that is up to you. Quote, it would be another billion years before even the simplest multi-celled life began to evolve, Breakthrough Listen said. The organization said more information would be presented in an upcoming article to be published in a scientific journal, not on someone's blog. But what do you do? Yeah, so there you go. Could it be aliens? We don't know. We don't know. It could be, or it could not be, or it could be anything. Ooh. Give me a moment. I'm going to mute my microphone here. I don't have a cough button, but I've got a manual mute here. I got to blow my nose, and nobody wants to hear that. That's just gross. I don't want to toot my own horn over the radio, but I'd like to be able to breathe so I don't sound like I'm nasal all the time. So hang on one second. Wow. All right, that's better. Woo. Tell you what, though, it's like a trumpet. Or a truck going by. It's like a semi. Oh, it's funny. It's a good time. Yeah, we're here for the movie. Can we have 2 small drinks and a medium popcorn, please?
Sure, that'll be $87.95.
All right. It is time for movie review. So this week we had Gabriel Iglesias presents Rick Gutierrez. I'm not mad. I'm just a parent. Okay, full disclosure here. If you have not watched this yet, do not watch it with your kids. Let us just say it is not what I would consider child-friendly or child-appropriate. Some of you might beg to differ. Just depends on what you like your kids to hear. But I would say no. No. Not child-appropriate in any way, stretch of the imagination. At least in my humble opinion. So, okay. So it starts off with Gabriel Iglesias coming up and introducing him. And that's basically all you see of Gabriel until the very end where he comes up and hugs him. I personally love Gabriel Iglesias. He is hilarious. Now, if you're not familiar with his type of humor, he does have some sexual references and things like that that creep up in it. So again, I would say it's PG-13. I mean, he doesn't really swear a whole lot. So PG-13 maybe R. Some parents would be really against their kids, like especially little kids. I don't know. I almost think that it would be safer for little kids to be roaming around while watching this than teenagers who know what he's talking about. But that's me. I don't know. I'm probably wrong, but that's just my take. So yeah, not appropriate for kids. But Gabriel Iglesias comes up and introduces him and says, hey, I've got some fame. And so I want to give this shout out to, and give somebody who's an up and coming an opportunity. And I've actually known this guy doing comedy as long as I've been doing comedy. So I wanted to give him a leg up, which was really cool. Really nice to see. It's who you know sometimes. All right. Here comes Drew's Truth in the Matter. I should have like a sound for that. A sound or a video loop that plays or something for that. Drew's Truth in the Matter. Okay. The guy's got a mouth on him. And you could tell he was nervous. It's his first television special. And he talks a mile a minute for at least 15 minutes. Seriously, the first 15, 20 minutes of this, he is so nervous. He is just speeding through. And I don't have a problem keeping up with fast people, but there were points when I struggled keeping up with how fast this guy was going. This guy, so Rick Gutierrez went super fast. And during that opening time, even Amber brought up a lot of his jokes were just jokes, the same jokes that everyone's been doing for the last, 10 years, 10, 15 years. Same things that absolutely everyone's been hitting at. This younger generation doesn't get outside. You guys don't know what a football is. You guys are spoiled. You guys couldn't be tough if you had to. And he makes it his own by, you know, calling the audience certain body parts and such. And I mean, the audience was getting into it. They were having a good time. I didn't see a laugh box somewhere that said laugh, lights up, laugh, laugh. They seemed to legitimately be getting into it. However, you could tell he was nervous because he's speeding through everything. And because now I'm probably going to have somebody email me and say, hey, he has a medical condition. You're wrong. You need to apologize. Well, I'm going to tell you right now, no, I am not apologizing for this, for saying that he looked like, because quite frankly, he looked like. Whether he was or not, I don't know. I can't back it up, but the guy certainly looked like he was stoned out of his mind. His eyes were so bloodshot, so red. This guy either had double pink eye or he smoked like 4 doobies before going up there, and I'm not sure how he stayed awake. I mean, seriously, this guy, and I'm sitting there like, I think he's stoned. And Amber's like, yeah, he's high. I mean, the guy was just not half baked. He was like fully baked up on stage. Just, you guys couldn't throw a football if you knew what a football was, but fast. Like, you guys couldn't throw a football if you knew what a football was. Oh, because you're a bunch of blah, blah, blah. And I mean, it was bad. But as soon, I mean, seriously, we're 15, 20 minutes into this, and Amber and I are looking at each other like, maybe this wasn't a good choice. Maybe this wasn't the best one to pick. I don't know. Maybe, just maybe. And but we you know, we're watching it because that's what we do. We suck it up for you people, right? We're here doing this for you. And so we keep watching, and all of a sudden he gets comfortable. He gets in the zone. The buzz wears off a little bit, and he relaxes and gets in his groove. And let me tell you something. When this guy is in the zone, he's actually really funny. And I like to take little one-liners and things from comedians and shows and play them for my own benefit. Don't we all, right? He had some really good ones, and there's one I'm sure I'm going to use in the future. When your girlfriend or when your wife asked you, you know, he's talking about how women are like, oh, you used to tell me that you love me every day, and now you don't tell me that you love me ever. Why not? He's like, because we used to say it every day, and then you started asking questions. Like, why? Oh, man, I don't know. I don't have an answer for that. I don't know why. Or, you know, then it was, well, how much do you love me? And he's like, I don't know. Enough to not choke you right now. And I'm laughing. I mean, seriously, kicking my foot, laughing, shaking the house, laughing. Oh, I'm not going to choke you. So I'm like, yeah, that's going to get used in the future. How much do you love me? Enough not to choke you. Sorry for anyone who's been a domestic abuse victim that thinks that's not funny. All right. It still is. I'm sorry. It might be a bad taste, but it's still funny. I don't care. It is funny. But no, as soon as he gets in the zone, the buzz and the high starts wearing off a little bit. He is actually extremely funny. The guy he's a really, really funny guy. Dirty, crass, sexually oriented, male. So basically he's a guy and he's funny. So yeah, there you go. He's not Gabriel. No, there's a reason that Gabriel Iglesias is so incredibly popular. and yeah, he is incredibly popular. And this guy, he's kind of an up and coming. I could see him getting popular, but I don't think he's going to get as popular as Gabriel. I just don't. I mean, he's funny. I'd watch him. But if I had a choice of watching Gabriel Iglesias or Rick Gutierrez, I'm sorry. I'm going to go Fluffy. I just have to. I like Fluffy. He's so fluffy. All right, well, let's move back on to the news. I apologize so much about the nasal stuff here this week, guys and gals, for those of you who that bothers, whatever. is the smoke. I'll tell you what, this inversion is just geeking my hiney. Hey, whose hand is on my hiney? Reminds me of Austin Powers with the Heineken. Get your hand off my hiney. All right. I'm changing coffee mugs. Why? Because I ran out. I'm smart. I make 2 coffees for the show. It might be in the middle of the evening, and I don't care. I drink coffee all day. Black. Just black coffee. There's nothing in it. It's just coffee. So no sugar, no cream, nothing like that. And I like it. Keeps me peppy. Oh, Amber says he is an angry comedian, but still good. He is. You know what? That's a great point. So the name of his special is I'm Not Mad, I'm Just a Parent. And he is an angry comedian. He is one of those guys that he's like yelling and belittling a little bit throughout. And yeah, I mean, he was an angry guy. Still funny, but angry. So there you go. The more you know. Thank you, Amber, for that. That was a great addition to that. Thank you so much. All right, we're going to move on into the news. Trapped by UPS. I thought this was hilarious. We've done a couple UPS stories, and this one, they're always funny. I mean, they do stuff around the world, around the globe, every day. Now, I can't say 365 days a year, but, you know, I don't know. They might. Certain countries, I suppose. I don't know. But they do, they're working all year, every year. And so it's, and everywhere in the world, basically. So, I mean, they're bound to do some funny things from time to time because it's still humans operating it. It's not Amazon trying to do everything via drone. So, you know, you're going to have some fun stuff. They're popping up asking if I want to take a survey to read this. No, I don't. No surveys. Sorry. All right. UPS. Man gets trapped in his flat after delivery driver leaves a parcel in a stupid place. Parcel deliveries, which would be package for those of us here in the States. Parcel deliveries can cause a whole load of problems. Mainly that annoying red card, which means you have to trek to a depot to pick it up yourself. And if the delivery person tries to help out by leaving it anyway, things can go terribly wrong. Like the time a postman threw a package through an open window and it landed straight in the toilet. That's funny because we did that story here on the show. But this latest delivery cock-up has to take the prize for the worst when it left a man trapped inside his flat, otherwise known as an apartment here in the States. Jesse Lawrence from California shared a photo of the slip-up on Twitter with the delivery company writing, he wrote, "Hey, at UPS, your driver left this package under our doorknob like this and trapped us in our apartment. Had to call maintenance to get out." Here, let me show you guys a picture of this. This is impressive. This is very impressive. You can see the handle right there. The package is stuck in the handle. Who does that? Oh my gosh. So many questions. If he was inside the flat, why didn't the delivery driver just knock and hand it over to him personally? Now, I am going to say, that is driving me nuts. I get notifications on my phone. Your package has been delivered. Ding. Delivery alert. Delivery alert. Your package has been delivered. Thank you from UPS. And I go to the front door and I work from home. My studio is in my house. I've been here the entire day. And I get a notification within like 3 minutes of it being dropped off. No one's knocked on the door. No one's rung the doorbell. There's just a package left outside of my house. There's no sign that says studio or recording in progress. There's nothing. I don't announce on the outside that there's a studio in here. Am I stupid? No, I don't want someone to come break into my house. Nobody knows. From the outside, nobody has a clue. They just see cars pull up and people walk in, and then people walk out hours later. For all they know, this could be red light district. I don't know. But it's not how it works. And still, no knocking on the door, no ringing of the doorbells, no nothing. Nothing. There's not even a no soliciting sign on my door, which I should put up there. But there's not. And yeah, so no. Why they don't knock? Maybe somebody from UPS or FedEx can notify me with that and let us know. Why don't you guys knock anymore? Why do you just leave the packages and walk away? That's kind of annoying. In the middle of summer, I always offer a bottle of water to your drivers. I can't do that if I don't know they're there. I don't know. I don't even drug them. I don't know. Anyway, another question. Why would he wedge it under the door handle? Presumably to secure it so it wouldn't fall over and break any fragile contents, I suppose. But it looks... No, I'm just not even going to go there. He obviously didn't realize just how unhelpful he was being, and it's happened to other people, too. And somebody... Whoa, geez. Somebody Gibson... Saboan Gibson replied saying, "This has happened to me once." Thankfully, Jesse did eventually get out of the apartment, although now people are asking how he managed to take a photo if he was stuck inside. More unhelpful are the people asking him why he couldn't just lift the handle to escape. We're pretty sure he probably tried that. Yeah, I'm going to guess. I like, and this is another quote on Twitter, I like how a bunch of people are trying to tell you your handle might lift up, as if you probably wouldn't bloody know that. Come on. UPS did get back to Jesse asking him to get in touch about the issue. His tweet has since had more than 52,000 retweets and 133,000 likes. Mirror Online has contacted UPS for a comment. Guess what? There hasn't been one since. Oh, well, that's pretty redonkulous. I think that's redonkulous. It's hilarious. Getting trapped inside of your house by the post office or the UPS or the FedEx or DHL. Is DHL around? Does that still exist? I don't even know. Where's Jim Fu when I need him? Actually, I know where Jim Fu's at. Jim is out on a 2-week camping adventure, so Jim's not going to be with us either for a couple weeks. Excuse me. But, yeah, I don't know if DHL is even a thing anymore, which is interesting. I don't know. Still, UPS and FedEx are the big ones. Excuse me. All right. Last story coming up here. We've got Tinder date gone wrong and wouldn't flush. It's a horrible toilet flushing. It's a little bit better of a toilet flush, I suppose. Still pretty bad. Well, that's what you get. Woman gets stuck upside down in a Tinder date's window, trying to retrieve her poo until firefighters save her. I don't know. I'm going to pause right there at the title and the headline here. I'm not sure that if I went on a Tinder date, I would make it back to the person's apartment. I'm just going to throw that out there. You met him online. Do you go with them to his house after, the first date? I don't know. All right, a Tinder date apparently went terribly wrong after a woman got stuck hanging upside down out a window while allegedly trying to retrieve her own poo. Liam Smith claims his unnamed date threw her waist outside in a waist, not like her, waist where her pant line goes. No. Her excrement waist. Let's clarify that. Let me read it this way. Liam Smith claims his unnamed date threw her excrement outside in a panic when it failed to flush down his loo after they went back to his place. I'm sorry. I can't help it. She hadn't realized it would get stuck in between a narrow gap separating the property from another window and tried to get it back, Liam claims. Ew. According to the student, the woman's background in gymnastics, hubba, let her down, and she got wedged inside the window. Liam was forced to call firefighters to come and save her. The fire service confirmed they attended the property to rescue a woman who had become stuck. They were forced to destroy the window. They were forced to destroy the window of her date Liam's student's house in the process. But the poo was apparently rescued. Liam, who was studying postgraduate sociology at Bristol University, told the Mirror Online his date was a really lovely girl. Really lovely girl. He said the incident happened about an hour after they'd got back to his place. Wow, she's there for an hour? And claimed his date came back from the bathroom looking distressed. Wait a minute. Why? How did that doesn't add up? What's going on here? She's looking distressed. She came back from the bathroom, but I thought she got stuck in the window and he had to call. What? Oh my gosh. Okay. Oh, wait. There's more. Okay, here we go. The student also told the story on a crowdfunding page to raise money for a new window. I recently took a girl I met on Tinder, the Nandos, he wrote. We had a lovely evening and enjoyed each other's company very much. After our meal, we repaired back to my house for a bottle of wine and Scientology documentary. About an hour into Luis Theros and chill. Seriously? My date got up to use the toilet. She returned with a panicked look in her eye, and she told me she had something to tell me. I went for a poo in your toilet, she told me, and it would not flush. I don't know why I did this, but I panicked, she continued. I reached into the toilet bowl and wrapped it in a tissue paper and threw it out the window. I was understandably concerned and told her we would go outside, bag up the offending poo in the garden, bin it, and pretend the whole sorry affair never happened. Unfortunately, owning a design quirk of my house, the toilet window does not, in fact, open to the garden, but instead into a narrow gap of about 1.5 feet, separated from the outside world by another non-opening, double-glazed window. It was into this twilight zone that my date had thrown her poo. As can be seen in the picture, inside the window opens at the top into the gap that is separated from the garden by a non-opening double-glazed window pane. Seeing only one solution, I messaged our house group chat and went upstairs to find a hammer and chisel to smash open the window. Liam told the Mirror Online he came back to find his date climbing out of the window. He said he started by using just her arm. He said she started by using just her arm, but she couldn't reach it, so she put her head and shoulders into the window as well. Eventually, she asked him to give her a, quote, boost, he claimed. Continuing to his tale on his fundraising page, Liam said, my date had other ideas. Being an amateur gymnast, she was convinced that she could reach into the window and pull the poo out, using the tried and tested inside-out blag as glove technique. Unfortunately, she couldn't reach. She climbed further in and had the same problem. Eventually, I agreed to give her a boost up and into the window. She climbed in head first, after her turd. Reached deeper into the window, bagged it up, and passed it out over the top, back into the toilet from whence it came. She called out to me to help her climb out from the window. I grabbed her waist and I pulled, he continued. But she was stuck fast. Try as we might, we could not remove her from the window. She was stuck fast. Upside down is the gap. Sorry, I'm looking at my phone is just going off on this. We're getting like... Is he going to call her for a second date? I wonder. I don't think so. Yes, the date continued. Even they got. I don't know. Let's find out. Let's find out. I don't know. She was stuck upside down in the gap. Unfortunately for my date, at this stage I could only see one way out of our predicament. Liam said he was getting to be quite a dangerous situation. Writing on the GoFundMe page, he explained, oh man, my nose. Ah! She had been upside down in the window for around 15 minutes at this point, and I was starting to grow concerned for her health. I called the fire brigade. Bristol's finest were on the scene, sirens blaring in a matter of minutes. Once they had composed themselves after surveying the scene in front of them, they set to work removing my date from the window, using all of their special fireman hammers and tools. It took them about 15 minutes. Unfortunately, although they rescued my date unharmed from what must have been a rather unpleasant confined space to find yourself in the process, they had to completely destroy the window with their special fire tools. I want to say that again. With their special fire tools. I'm not complaining. They did what they had to do. The problem is, I've been quoted north of £300 to replace the window. As a postgraduate student, that is a significant chunk of my monthly budget. In fact, that is my monthly budget. Liam has turned to the internet to help to raise the £300 to repair his broken window. He said, if the window is not replaced, my landlord may well kill me, though you would be literally helping to save my life. If by some miracle I manage to raise more money through this page than the cost of the window, any remainder will be split 50-50 between the two charities. First, toilet twinning. A charity a charity building and maintaining flushing toilets in the developing world. 60% of the world don't have access to a flushing toilet. Second, to the firefighters charity. The guys who came to the house were brilliant. They took everything in good humor and professional. Avon Fire and Rescue Services confirmed they received a call on August 7th to Liam's address. The fire service spokesman said, we received a call at 22:41, which would be 8:41, regular time, to one female trapped between interior and exterior glass. 2 crews were sent from the Temple station, and she was rescued using hand tools. Liam told the Bristol Post that despite his date's awkward ending, he did see the woman again. Wow, there you go, Amber. There you go. He saw the woman again. We did go and meet for a drink to discuss setting up the crowdfunder, he said. She's a lovely girl. I'm not sure what's going to happen. I'm really burst with my dissertation. I'm sure that's supposed to be busy, but it's bust with my dissertation at the moment. But I'd certainly be open to seeing her again. Okay. Well, that was fun. I'm sorry. I sometimes I like to do voices for these things because it makes it comical, at least to me. And yeah, there you go. I don't know that the date continued once they got her unstuck, but they did at least see each other again to discuss the crowdfunding. I'm sure he didn't want to ask and say, you got my window broken with you. Your poo broke my window. The poo that you have, it broke my window. I don't like this. You broke my window. All right. That is a good story. I enjoyed that. That was a lovely time. That was an absolute lovely time. Absolutely lovely time. Music review! All right, well, it is that time of the show again. It is time for the music review segment. This week, we've actually got a returning artist, which this is the first time we've had a returning artist. Now, granted, this is episode 25, so we're 25 weeks into this, which you average 4 weeks a month. What is that? 5-6 months? Something like that. I don't know. We're about a half a year in. Not quite a half a year, but 5.5 months, something like that, into the podcast, which is great. Having a great run. We're enjoying this a lot. Unfortunately, we've had some health things happen and some other family stuff. So, it's life. It's just what we have. And this is what we do. This is how we do it. I can't even sing. My throat hurts so much. All right. So, but this is our first returning artist coming to the show, which is kind of cool. I wanted to play this. In fact, I had this on the docket to be played because Pat was coming back this episode, and Pat enjoyed these guys so very much, and they sent us an email saying, hey, we've got a new single coming out. We've been hearing that Pat's sick and he's out and he's hurt, and we were hoping to have him feel better. We've got this new single. We'd love for you guys to play it, and we hope you and Pat enjoy this. And I had it on the docket to play, and then found out Pat's not coming. So we're playing it anyway. Hopefully Pat will be here next week. If Pat's here next week, it will probably be the opening song, because we like to play some songs as we open the show for the pre-show for the YouTube viewers. Ah, that's right. There's a pre-show on the YouTube channel. Which you can subscribe on YouTube. You can hit subscribe, and that'll let you know when we actually do live streams. You'll get an instant notification on your device and your email letting you know, hey, there's a live stream happening right now. You can click this link and watch it. So go ahead and subscribe on that if you want to watch the show live and help to contribute into the show. As you can tell, we read along in the chat room. We discuss things in the chat room, and it's a lot of fun. So join in on that and subscribe on the YouTube channel, and you will enjoy it. But this week we do have, out of Tacoma, Washington, we have the Farfield. With the Farfield, which again, we've played these guys before. They're great. They are a folk band, kind of like a folky rock band. Excuse me. This is a little bit more folk, and it's enjoyable. I enjoyed the tune, so here we go. This is the Farfield with their song, 16 Again.
You might say we grew up fast. You might say we grew up hard. You might say there's just way too many kids running through this yard. There was always music. There was always noise. We saw ourselves through a lot of stuff before we headed for the doors. Every year in the spring, the days grow longer, and then there's a rusty old piece of my heart that turned 16 again. I can still see you standing there, glitter in your hair. Then you twirled around the floor in that black satin dress you wore. Words that we spoke that night, still rattling around in my mind. That was the very, very first time I touched you. Every year in the spring, the days grow longer, and then there's a rusty old piece of my heart that turned 16 again. To me, the things you said to me. Saw you in the Safeway parking lot. I know you didn't see me. You had our grandson on your hip. You were loading groceries. I just take one long look at you, and I can't believe that I'm me. How good does it get before it's just too good to be? days grow longer in that. There's a rusty old piece of my heart that turned 16 again.
All right, that is it, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, that is the Farfield with their new single, 16 Again. And I got to say, I like it. It's a little, I don't know, it's a little depressing, which I'm all for. You know, some people want music to always be that uplifting, positive, hey, we got that bounce in our step, this is great. You know what? That's not what music is about. And music is not always about being that uplifting, positive pop, magical high, super, super high. Music is very emotional and very emotion driven, and music touches and talks to your soul in a way that nothing else does. And quite frankly, people need stuff to associate and to relate with when they're sad. And most musicians, most good musicians that I personally know, you can go statistically over major musicians, but even musicians that I know struggle heavily with depression, including myself. And most of us draw from that emotion and that energy, and that's where our creativity comes. In fact, a lot of musicians that I know, they get the most of their creativity through the downtimes. They get more creative, and they have more stuff flowing through them when they're depressed and they're anxious and they're sad. That's where a lot of that drives from. In fact, most of my music, my personal music, is driven from depression and anxiety. And even anger, and which is interesting because I'm a Christian musician. Most of people don't think that's going to happen with Christian music, but there's definitely a place for it because it's real life. That's what we associate with. And I know a lot of people are going to say, "Man, I can't associate with this. This is talking about having grandkids and apparently being divorced." Well, let me tell you something. A lot of people are divorced, and a lot of people have grandkids. And, Joe, I believe your name is Joe. I'm sorry if I said it wrong. I don't have the email in front of me right this second. But I want to say, the first time I heard your guys' stuff, when you guys first emailed me in, you have a very distinct voice. You have a very, very distinct voice. And I wasn't convinced that I liked it. There wasn't anything wrong with it. It was just one of those things that's like, he's got a distinct voice and it works for the type of music he does. He's on key. He handles it well and it's appropriate. I got to tell you, the more and more I listen to your guys' stuff, the more stuff you send our way, the more I listen to it. And honestly, the more I listen to it on your guys' SoundCloud and things like that. You guys, by the way, you guys can find the Farfield at thefarfieldmusic.com is what I believe it is. It didn't refresh here. I believe it is the Farfield Music. I apologize if that's wrong. I thought I put it in my notes, but it's not loading up on my thing here. But you can Google search them, the Farfield. They are out of Tacoma, Washington. The more and more I listen to your guys' stuff, I've got to say, the more and more I fall in love with your voice. Your voice is so good with this stuff. Works so incredibly well. It's spectacular. Your guys' work with the piano and the guitar, your stereo spread with your piano and guitar, with your finger picking guitar was great. Your new violinist or fiddle player is spectacular. Absolutely spectacular. Got to say, guys, not the song for everybody, but in my opinion, you guys knocked this one out of the park. So way to go, guys. That was great.
I do believe it's time for another delectable tale. Won't you join us down on Storybook Corner?
Now, Pat's not here, so I can't really talk for Pat, but I do want to say I'm pretty sure Pat's going to love that one too. Just going to throw that out there. Don't worry. We'll let Pat listen to it. I'll let him. If he doesn't listen to the show, what kind of a guy would he be if he doesn't listen to his own podcast the weeks that he's not there? That's just crazy. All right. So we got a couple stories. We got one story that sent in that was incredibly short, like super incredibly short. So we'll do that one. And then we've got another one that's a little bit longer. It's probably the full size of what we would normally do. But because this one is so short, we're just going to do them both just for fun. And I thought this one was appropriate, mainly because It comes out in theater this Friday. Stephen King's It, which the first one scared the absolute crap out of me. I was a child. My dad thought it would be a bright idea to let me watch It. Let's just say that is why my kids have never seen Nightmare on Elm Street. They might if they keep pushing it. Anyway, this story is about clowns. Ugh, I hate clowns. No, I'm not going to do the music for this one. This one's creepy. It doesn't need pirate music. We're not going to Anyway, part 1, clowns. Clowns are spazzo, but not this one. One day, it was my birthday. My dad ordered a clown. I woke up, then I was 8. Then I went downstairs to get my breakfast. What I had for lunch was McDonald's. Last but not least was dinner. I think dinner. The clown that my dad ordered was an evil clown. The end. Okay. That was fun. Oh, you gotta love kids. Kids do some fun stuff. They really do. All right. The Finest Tale. Chapter 1. I don't think I'm going to do the parrot. I've been doing the parrot, but my throat is so out of it, I don't think I could handle the parrot right now. So no parrot to this week, guys. I'll still do the music, but no parrot. I'll just do another fun voice. Here we go. Once in a small, peaceful town, a 15-year-old girl named Isabella was running late for school. This is how we do. Isabella's alarm went off. Shoot! Shoot, I said, S-H-O-O-T. She mumbled to herself. Isabella, it's time to get ready for school. You and your brother and sister are super late, yelled her mother in a hurry. Isabella grumbled. Okay, I'm coming. Isabella went to her sister's room. Come on, Samantha. Time for school. Shut up, Isabella. You're only an overprotective, mean older sister, Samantha shouted while throwing a pillow at Isabella. I hate this house. I hate this family. Then would you rather have Roderick wake you up for school every morning? Isabella asked. She walked over to Roderick's room. Oh my gosh, she whispered. Roderick was only in his underwear, listening to loud music. Guitar solo! He yelled. In my mind, that is like, goal! Guitar solo! He yelled and played the air electric guitar. What are you doing here, dork? I can explain, Isabella said weakly. Roderick slammed his door and gave Isabella a major wedgie. Probably not in that order. What was that for? Isabella screamed in pain. Because you were spying on me, Roderick said in anger. Then he shoved Isabella in the bathroom. The next second, he was giving Isabella a swirly. Come on, guys, get in the car. You're late and on your first day, called their mom. Coming, they yelled, trying to overpower each other's voices. They all ran to the car and were off to school. The end. That was like perfect timing for ending the music. Great. Yay! All right, it looks like we have another chapter. We might be able to do that next week. Having a lot of starting school, but guess what? We are starting school. It's that time of the year. In fact, I've been seeing some of my UK friends saying that school is just now starting. Our kids have been back in school. My kids have been back. I think a month now. I think maybe next week is a month, 3-4 weeks now. Some schools are back 2 or 3 weeks. But it sounds like in the UK and England, they're just now getting back into school. So, hey, that's what you get. And you don't throw a fit. So, all right. Well, hey, this has been a great show. And that's it. That is it for this week. We had some great stories. Excuse me. A couple great stories written from grade schoolers. If you are a musician or a parent, if you're a musician and you would like to submit your song, a song for an independent song, not something that you're signed with a record label or anything like that, but an independent song of yours and yours alone that you have the rights to, send us a link to the single, not to the actual album, but the single itself. Send a link to classlesschat@gmail.com and have somewhere in the email something that's generic-y that says, I or we give Classless Chat permission to play and talk about our song on their show. That gives us the ability to play our song without legal repercussions. anyway, do that. And then if you're a parent of a grade schooler, we like having stories written by grade schoolers. Send us also ClasslessChat@gmail.com. Send us your grade schooler story written as close to how they actually wrote it as possible, but maybe to where we can read it. That's always helpful as well. But yeah, thank you guys so much. You can find us on Facebook and on Twitter at ClasslessChat on both of those. You can also find us at www.ClasslessChat.com. We're on YouTube. We're on iTunes, Google Play Music, Stitcher, TuneIn, and more. And, I want to say thank you so much to all of our listeners. You guys are why we do this. We love you guys. We love you long time. You're a fantastic group. Thank you for everybody who's been on the live chat, chatting it up. It's always a blast. We enjoy that very, very much. And we want to say thank you, a special thank you to all of our Patreon supporters. If you would like to join us on Patreon, our Patreon supporters get a little bit more say as to what happens on the show. We'll do some polls. We do different things on the Patreon page that allow you to help shape and dictate what the show is going to be like. And also, it's a great way for you to spend that extra $1 to $5 a month that you don't know what to do with anyway, and help us out, because it does take a lot of time, energy, and honestly, some money to get this show off the ground and rolling. And we love our Patreon supporters. So thank you guys so much. You can find us there, patreon.com/ClasslessChat. Thank you guys so much. Have a great rest of the week.
Thanks for listening to Classless Chat with your hosts, Drew and Pat. Be sure to listen again next time. You never know what these two are gonna say.